This is the only way into the house so we don't interrupt the homeowners. It's all been engineered specifically for sound. I guess it's really technical, but I'm trying to, every time I come to the job site, I'd like to give it the old college try. Free throw. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Maybe their little pecker finally wore out. I got you a gift. Have you ever heard of, if I see you sunholing, I'm not sticking around, Tom. We have a issue. All right, I'm coming up to the gates to my demo mansion. I gotta check and see what's going on here with the plumbers. We're done demoing, but now we're trying to put things back together, but it looks like a mess. I'm not sure who's here. I see the plumbers, we got painters. Hopefully, oh, Eugenio. All right, Eugenio's here. We'll have to see how his day is going. It's always good to see Eugenio. Let's go check it out. Oh, you're doing the siding over here at the window? Turn around, let me see your merch. What do you got on your back? Oh, look at that. Free advertising. You know, we have these on sale on my website, and this is just a model. She's not really working today. We're actually using Eugenio as a male model to showcase Brad the Builder attire. Here's the whole look right there.
I need more. I don't have a hat.
You don't have a hat?
No.
I gave you one.
Yeah, but when I'm working,
It gets dirty?
it's broken here.
Oh, it broke. Okay, I'll get you a new hat. No problem. So Eugenio has taken out the master shower. It was like a plastic glass block wall, kind of not very good, but it's very efficient in terms of in the shower. The way this plastic has a higher R value. I think that's the word I'm looking for. So anyway, that was 22 years ago. That's gone. A new window's in. And then are we replacing it with siding or is there stucco? So we'll go around and I'll show you what we did here. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, I forgot. So you'll never even know that Eugenio had taken out the window. This paint on the house is almost the same color as the James Hardie when it comes out of the box. From right here on up is all brand new siding. That's a new window that's in the shower. It was much bigger. That looks awesome. I'll take you inside and show you what it looks like from the inside. So a little inside story on this mega mansion. 22 years ago, back when I was young and dumb, I was approached to build this called the Symphony Show House. There was 35 interior designers. What I did is I had to take my own money, build this house. It was probably 12,000 square feet. At that time, it was $2 million. I had to get the financing, built this house, and there was no buyer in mind. So I was going for all the publicity and the marketing because it became a big home tour. At the end of the day, I had an investor that helped me get financing. My goal was to pay him the first $150,000, hoping there'd be more for me. There was none left. I made $0 on this house. So I guess I chalked it off to marketing. So when you're becoming a home builder, not every time you build something is going to be a home run. There's going to be a few dogs in there. The house was awesome, but it wasn't a home run for me. I got some marketing and advertising out of it. I'm not sure how far it got me. That was a lot of time and energy to go into something and not make a single dollar. What I got was the warranty. So I got to fix the house when there's any problems afterwards. So little lesson there. Not all deals work out for the best, but you just got to keep charging ahead. All right, here we are inside the, come on, how are you? Amigo, ¿cómo está? Here we go, yeah. It's Eugenio. These guys they're everywhere. I got Eugenio working on about 4 jobs all the time. The key is they're always working. So this grand entry, we've removed all the carpet. We're leaving the staircase. This hand railing was custom made. This thing is solid steel, steel or iron, whatever. So there was an ornate column here. They didn't like that, so Eugenio tore all those out. We're going back to square columns. Now I would take you and show you the work Eugenio did in the master shower. All the framing where he tore out the window. Kind of dark in here, we don't have lights. So if you remember, we had a big bathtub right here. This was a glass block wall, I think, or something, right?
No, the blocks.
Oh, the blocks, the blocks. So that all was tore out. And then on this side, once we got into the shower, this is the window you saw outside. It did come clear down to here. It was a glass block window. The homeowners didn't like that look, nor did I. That time has come and gone. So we tore it out. You don't want a window in your shower, but we put one, this is obscured glass, so it lets light in. There's no need for curtains, what have you. It's all a clad, so it can stand the water. You never want to put a wood trimmed window in a wet area. So we've tore out some wood in the past where there has been Looks like some water issues I wasn't aware of, but over time, some of these shower pans aren't made as well as they are being made today. So this is a whole new wall here. Eugenio's done a great job. Now the plumbers are gonna come back and reinstall all the plumbing. This will have multiple shower heads. We're waiting on those materials to come in. But on the other side, this wall had a kind of a weird angle to it, and we came in and we boxed it out. I think I've shown you guys that in another video. When you add all these weird angles and turns, it seems interesting on a plan, but going straight across is way more functional and gives you more space. And this is what it's gonna look like once it's all done. Here's these big drywalled and then the vanity in between. So we're making some progress. Let me take you downstairs and show you how we had to tear up the basement floor. All right, so let me see if my shooting skills have improved. Every time I come to the job site, I'd like to give it the old college try. I'm just gonna go for the straight free throw. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I've been watching all the Sweet 16 and now the Final Four's coming. Let's see if I can get one to go in. Come on! Okay, going to the reliable hook shot. Ugh. Nothing but net. Did you see that? Nothing but net. Now we're downstairs. What we found out is when we wanted to move the middle of the island, the original plan had the sink. It's like a little kitchen. They wanted that sink and plumbing gone, and it happened to be right in the middle of the floor. So we have to tear all this out and move the plumbing out of here, but also we have to move the plumbing from the middle of the island to this wall. So that's in now. Here's all the new plumbing. There's the copper lines. Here's the drain. There was a hose bib. This here, we're going to have to reconnect. That's the outside hose bib that we're going to have to bury into the cabinet, because you cannot have an exterior hose bib in a 2x4, 2x6 wall. It's got to be in an 8-inch wall. We don't build our houses 8 inches thick. So when that happens, we try to find walls like this. So if I can build that, come all the way through, the problem is here, that wall on the other side keeps going, so it doesn't work. It has to be a wall in the middle of the wall. Hopefully that makes sense, but we've got it figured out. All right, as we continue to work on the big house, I wanted to show you guys the guest house and the pool area. Hopefully spring will come soon and summer, and then we'll eventually be able to unveil the swimming pool, and we'll be doing a little bit more work in the guest house. The guest house has 2 bedrooms, a big kind of a living room kitchen on the main floor that opens up to a big covered patio, and on the other side is a big garage that can actually support, you can drive a Greyhound bus, so a 45-foot RV can be parked in there, and that's what the original owner had. Once we get a little farther along, I'll be able to take you guys on a tour of that and the big house and give you a feel of how massive this estate is. It's turning out really nice. I can't wait for spring because I want to see how this pool turns out. I know there's like a little island in the middle, a 0-entry beach. It even has a water slide and a grotto with the waterfall. I don't know why you'd ever want to leave if you lived here. It's going to be awesome. The best part about the backyard is it's got a rim that, look at this. I can finally make a basket out here. And then there's the regular height at the other end, which this doubles as a tennis court. And I'm sure the new hot thing is pickleball. That would be my wife would love that. So we're right off the side of the yard. As you walk up these steps, you have a huge bronze statue that is a water feature, connects the sports court, outdoor tennis court with the guest house to the main house. So this is your roundabout to get you around the property. Did I tell you they have a playground too? And a slide. It's made for little kids. And it's got 2 slides. Check out this one. I don't know if I got to fit inside that dude, so let's get going to the next job site. All right, so now I'm at the next job site. I need to bring stuff for Tom. This is a new front door hardware set. The job I'm at right now is that big remodel we were doing, but that's done. It's the addition that has the music room, the world-class music room, and world-class theater room. We're now starting to trim that out, and I got to spend some time with Tom. Hopefully, this will be a short visit because I'm in person and he's not texting me. Those take way longer. I'd rather talk to the guy. No, I don't know. I think I'd rather have a text from Tom than a talk, but either way, I gotta bite the bullet and get in and see what I'm in for. Since this job site is so restrictive with space, the only way we can get into the backyard is through this far east side of the house. So we've created a little concrete path, and all the neighbors' drainage, this house, everything all comes down through here. So we have to temporarily keep everything above the ground because we have tore out the pool in the backyard. I'll show you that here in a minute. It is literally gone. They're gonna totally redo the backyard and put a brand new pool. So we're doing construction, and there's going to be traffic with bobcats and dirt coming through here over the next month and a half. I want to show you guys how in construction it doesn't always look pretty. What we're stepping down into, this is a temporary wall so that we can have a ramp that goes to the backyard. Once we get the backyard all done, all this comes out and it'll be level. We'll have this retaining wall will get moved to that side, and we'll be able to get to the front yard. So retaining wall there and one against that side. I don't know, it's just awkward, but this is the only way into the house so we don't interrupt the homeowners. What we're stepping into now is the music room. This is the room that I had shown you in the past. Let me show you the drywall. We have this super expensive drywall. It has a layer of drywall, a layer of metal, and another layer of drywall. It's all sandwiched together. And then we also have another wall, and then here's the outside wall. So we really have two walls in one with this high-end drywall, all to keep the sound reduced down. So look how thick the window jambs are. Here's what a normal house would look like with a 2x6. Now we have another 2x4. So this is how thick the walls are throughout this entire lower level to get the sound deadening that the homeowner wants. It's all been engineered specifically for sound. I guess it's really technical, but I'm trying to say it as simple as possible because I can't talk technical. But anyway, super expensive, a lot of attention to detail, everything's smooth. The heating system is super quiet. The wiring has been sent out to Los Angeles and been run through a special process to reduce any types of sound transmission that the wires put off. That's been stopped. That's why this has taken so long. Everything is way over the top and quite the process. But now we got Tom and Mike here putting it all together. It's gonna start looking like a house here real soon. So I'm gonna drop some of the stuff off for him. Tom's up there. I don't know if you guys can see this. Look at these doors. These are mahogany doors, and we have a little trim detail down the side. It's a big slab. Those will all get stained. It'll be absolutely beautiful. And here in front of me, ooh, my voice cracked, is one of two elevators. That's the elevator shaft that takes you upstairs. Tom, I'm here to see you. I got the book on the cabinets. I don't think you're putting the front door on. This is the front door handle. That's somebody else. No, here's the book of all the cabinets. What are some questions we're trying to figure out?
Well, before I start building, I'm gonna get either probably Eurowood out here to verify these measurements. Do I just go off the
Yes,
print?
these are, with your wood,
Wow.
they're exact.
These measurements are from the plywood to plywood?
Yes, you can
Okay.
see that, yeah. Here's what's going on that. It's Decton, and it's a thinner product. It's like that last house we did, how thick and heavy it was. This is it can go on much thinner. We can call them and get that thickness, but you're okay for the next couple of days till,
Well, I'm not starting down here.
oh, you're upstairs. I got you a gift. Have you ever heard of monkey butt powder? It's for all the hard to reach spots. This stuff will make you smile. If you're having a bad day and
But do
things
you have a
aren't,
case at home that you use?
yeah, yeah. This was a sample. This came with the case, so I get the little gift that you can. It's a travel one, Tom, for job sites. Have you ever heard of it?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it? They made them change the name. You can't say monkey butt anymore because
what?
the monkeys were complaining.
You know, I've never had this sort of problem until I started working with you, Brad.
I chap your. Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know. No, it's you talk to some of the other guys on the job site. Look at that. Here, let me put some on you, Tom.
Put it, Brad.
Where do you on your monkey butt, Tom? Like the advertising said. Anti-friction. Yeah, so it makes your day feel like a breath of fresh air and spring.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, it's for the whole family. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Now, if you really have some issues, my son tells me that you can sun hole. You ever heard of that? Sun holing, it's like it's a organic way to regenerate your body. What you do is you get a nice sunny day, and then you point your hind end at the sun, but you got to expose your hole to the sun. That's why they call it sun holing, your bung hole. And you do it for 10 minutes, and I guess it makes you feel like you just had a nap or exercise. I'm not sure what it does to you, but make sure you don't do it when the neighbor's around.
So
We need-
the roids go away then?
I don't know what it does, but if I see you sun holing, I'm not sticking around, Tom. So that's one way to get rid of me. And then you're going to add nosings right here, the wood, like we did on the other side, so all matches.
I'm gonna set the post temporarily before Jens comes.
Okay.
So Eric can come and get his measurements for his banister.
Oh, good. Thank
There'll
you.
be 2 bolts come, 1/2-inch bolt in the floor here
Yeah.
and here. I'll take the post out, the bolts will stay. When Jen runs his flooring, he'll have to cut his flooring around those bolts.
Yeah,
Then
those-
I just mount the post when the floor.
So it'll be a nice, clean finish.
Right.
Good. That's why I like Tom. He thinks it all the way through. There was, just so you guys know, there was a temporary rail there. They took it off so Tom can work on it. We didn't, we're very safe around here. He's putting it back. There's Mike. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can pick up on it, but this has all that drywall in here as well, but the plywood is up because there's going to be some paneling that will come across, not paneling, but a fabric that will be sound deadening on all the walls. So there will be even more things in this room that will create sound deadening. The angles are different than the music room. This is the theater room, and you want the angles, what I've understood, is because you want the sound to kind of bounce off versus music, you want it to kind of stay in the room. I hope I said that right, but this has been designed by a top-notch sound engineer. Thought we had it all built. I don't know if you know, we had to come back and create all these angled soffits. Even the ductwork in the ceilings are these real thin commercial grade vents. So when it turns on the heat and the air, it just sounds like a whisper. Like in your house, you can hear your furnace kick on. You do not want to hear any of that going on. So this house has a system for this room and they have a system for downstairs. And the reason for that is that this equipment generates so much heat that we have to have a system that can actually create air conditioning in the wintertime. And that's a difficult thing to do. We've got that figured out in this house. So this will be quite the room, and the homeowner is so anxious to get going. This is his hobby and his joy, is enjoying music and watching TV and video games, watching movies, what have you. So trying to get this done here in 2.5 months. Like Flair's house, I'm on a fast deadline here. Let me show you. Somehow I have no idea how I missed this, because we've been standing here looking at this house for months and months. When they built these windows, they're supposed to be evenly apart. For some reason, they came in and they added 1, 2, 3, 4 studs, which is the right way. For some reason, they came over here and added 1, 2, and a couple pieces of plywood. It looked, when you're walking through it, you don't see it. You need to get the drywall on. This was like 6 inches, and this was 8 inches. Can't have that. So Tom is here today, and the guys, we got to tear these windows out, recenter this window up, take this out and move it over and get it recentered. But the problem of it is outside, we have to redo some of the stucco. But as luck would have it, check this out. I think we have a woodpecker or something that's eating our stucco. I'd like to hear from you guys and see if you know what is creating these holes in my stucco. Have you seen that, the stucco outside? Before we get to the back of the house, I don't know if you remember where all that is. That was a swimming pool. They came in and in 4 days, they tore everything out of here. We're redoing the entire backyard. We're just gonna do a whole new bar. Everything's gonna be brand new. The house is all new on the inside, and the outdoor area, the pool, I guess, had some leaks and with some issues, so we're changing the shape of the pool. We took out the water slide, darn it. We're gonna make this all one level with a fire pit. It's gonna be beautiful, but I want you guys to tell me what is causing this. See those little round holes? I don't know if that's a woodpecker or what the heck's going on, but I'm wondering if they were trying to dig a hole to make a nest because it was nice and easy to, this stuff's pretty hard to get through. But then they hit some really hard wood, which maybe their little pecker finally wore out, and they tried a new tree. So if the woodpecker right now has become my friend because I have to demo around here, which means I still have to bring back the stucco guy. I swear to God, that hole was not there yesterday. And I'm standing here, if it got real quiet, you can hear the woodpecker hitting on a tree over here. Give me a tip on how you get rid of woodpeckers to keep chewing holes in your house. So I hope that woodpecker goes and finds someone else to pick on. See what I did there? All right, there's a few more things on the outside that we have to do. The house that we're putting all that cedar tongue and groove, we're gonna be putting it up in here. So Eugenio will be back here once he gets caught up. This is great work for Eugenio when it's kind of inclement weather. Like today, it's gonna be really windy. This is a little safer environment for him to do some work on the ceilings. So I gotta put that on the list. He does not know about that, but he soon will. So since this house is flat, remember it's a 0 entry, all ADA, barrier-free home, it's hard to get the water out. We have all these downspouts. We can get the water out, but everything's above ground right now because we're waiting to come in and do our work. So we have all the downspouts hooked up, and we have make sure that we have gravity. Everything flows all the way around the house and makes it out to the street. We're trying to keep this site as dry as possible. And matter of fact, I need to get some of these on Flair's downspouts as well to keep the water out so I can dry out his basement. Hi, I'm Brad the Builder. Today I'm here to ask for your help. We have a member of the Brad the Builder family, Colin Doyle. He is in a wheelchair. He's also an ex-Marine that has toured in Iraq and has 2 Purple Hearts. He is currently in the hospital, has been in and out of the hospital for the last several years. And what I've learned is Colin is in desperate need of a barrier-free, handicap-accessible bathroom, and also some parts of his home as well. So I'm here to ask for your help. I want to raise $20,000 so that we can go down, and I have a contractor that I've been working with that will come in and help us get the labor, do the demo, but we have to raise this money to buy the expensive materials that it takes to put this together. I've done several of these in my market, and the bad part is these handicap accessible items are extremely expensive, and that's why it's hard to really see them in homes. But we're going to make this happen with your help so that Colin Doyle can come home from the hospital and spend less time in the hospital and more time with his family. I also have a friend, Theo, down in Little Rock, Arkansas, is extremely talented. I want to show you what he is going to do for Colin by building these beautiful cutting boards.
Welcome to my shop. It's a nice chilly day in Arkansas. This is where I do most of my woodworking. Brad and I are working on a project together. We're going to try to raise some money to help some disabled veterans out. My part of it is I'm using all this scrap lumber to see if I can build some cutting boards and some other things. And you can see around in my shop, I'm kind of in the process of quite a few things. Here's an example of one that I'm working on. This is actually, a lot of people do these projects and they end up throwing this wood away, but I mean, some of this wood is actually pretty impressive. This is a zebra wood. This is wingy. I have it all clamped up right now. You cut it down and, this is obviously the early stages. But once I get it cleaned up, this board is going to be spectacular.
As you can see, those are some beautiful cutting boards. Theo has actually sent one up to me. There's only a limited supply. We have 30 of these cutting boards that are going to be made available free to you with a donation on my website. If that's too much money, you can just donate cash to help with the funds, or I have hats and I have shirts that anytime you buy those on my website, 100% of all these funds are going towards Colin's cause. I'm confident that we can make this happen, and with your help, we can change Colin's life. So please donate now. I'm Brad the Builder, and as always, I'll see you guys at the next job site.